Hi everyone. I have a cat who likes to immediately ask for attention as soon as I start doing something, especially involving speaking into an electronic device. So, I am Lisa McNett, for those of you who do not know me. Coming into the group just to share a little bit about myself. But more so than just sharing about myself, share some useful information. Something that I have been contemplating this morning after my meditation. And it's about space and spaciousness and the importance of space. And I'm not talking about like outer space. However, at the same time, I sort of am, because I'm speaking about the space in which we all live, cats included. He just wants some space right now, some of my time and attention. So space, we all exist within this invisible realm that our oxygen also exists in. We can breathe it in, but we can't see it. We know that there's a realm of there's a spectrum of light that we cannot see with our eyes. We know that there is sound that we cannot hear with our ears, and that dogs can. So we're all existing within this space, and it's so easy for us to fill space, to fill the space. And it's really important for us to take space, to find space, to come back to a space of spaciousness. So if you've ever worked with me or listened to I speak about, connecting with yourself when I lead my daily meditations in here on Sunday, Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Those are in the wrong orders, but anyway, I talk about coming back to yourself, and that's really coming back to a place of spaciousness. So I can very easily talk for a really long time, so I want to try to not do that. This is a white piece of paper, right? This is like the space that we exist in. So on this white piece of paper, we could not write words with a pen or a pencil or on a computer without a white space, without a blank space. Okay? So what wants to go on this space? What wants to happen on this piece of paper? And when we read a piece of paper with words on it, it's oftentimes what's between the lines, or the pause in between, the white behind the words, that really makes those words stand out, that gives us pause, that gives them meaning. Okay, so hopefully that gives you a bit of a visual. So what wants to happen on this space? And what wants to happen in my life? What wants to be expressed? What wants to be known? What needs to be felt? We can try. I don't know if we have any writers in here, but there's a few different ways that we can write. Maybe you've tried writing and you find it's difficult. We can try and try and try to write something out to be perfect, to sound exactly how we want it to, right? So if anybody is a writer, I'm not. I write personally and I share some of my writing, but I have to go back and edit. I have to go back and edit, and I have to be very intentional with what I'm creating, with what I'm putting on the paper. And so in this way, same as our life, similar to our life, the life that I want to create, I want to be intentional about. I need to be intentional about creating and what I want to put out there. Now, at the same time, I believe what is most important for me to get there, for me to be able to come to that place of being intentional about creating, filling the space, is what is already inside the space. What is already existing inside me that I am ignoring or pushing down or distracting myself from feeling by doing 10,000 other things. So before I come to a place of drafting my novel, of crafting and moving in the direction that I want to, I need to be aware of what's holding me back, what's getting in the way, or what is potentially blocking me or leading to my feelings of frustrations or my feelings of anxiety or my feelings of stuckness or all of these things. So first we need to stop distracting ourselves. Need to stop distracting ourselves and just pay attention to what is already here. What's already here. So when we created this group, the one thing that I believe some of us, I'll speak for myself, was most important to me was to have daily meditation, because daily meditation gives you that opportunity to create this practice of looking inside, of connecting with something inside you, of coming into the space within, so that you can feel, so that you can become aware, so that you can become centered, so that you can become connected. And breathwork is another super powerful. Breathwork is the most powerful practice, in my opinion, for me personally, at helping me become aware, helping a person become aware of what's happening inside, what needs to be moved, what needs to be felt, what needs to be seen. So that's why I do it. That's why I share it. That's why I'm passionate about it. So space is important. And I learned from a young age, I knew I was sensitive. I always felt like I needed space and that there wasn't the space for me. There wasn't the space for me to be. So I learned how to speed up. I learned how to be faster. And I learned how to handle my anxiety and all of the angst that was happening with me through really, unhealthy habits and addictions. And I came to a breaking point, and I think at some point we all do come to some sort of breaking point, to some point where unless we are mindful and unless we, cultivate a connection with ourselves and give ourselves space, where we realize enough is enough. I can't do it this way anymore. I need to find another way. And so I learned the importance of being in space, of taking space, of creating space, and of asking others, letting others know what my needs are as well. I know that I sometimes need space between my words when I'm speaking with a person, and taking a breath before I move on. So anyway, we all need space, and we have all in our society, because of how fast-paced it is and because of how many distractions are constantly coming at us and bombarding us, we've all learned to fill our pages, fill this blank page with other things. And so I strongly invite you to start to get acquainted with spaciousness, to really start getting acquainted with spaciousness and really connecting with what wants to be in the space, what wants to come through in the space, what wants to be felt in the space, what wants to be heard in the space, what wants to come onto the piece of paper with your pen or with your hands typing it. Not to be a beautiful novel, but just so that you are made aware of what wants to come out. We all have this time. Some of us have this time. Some of us don't. My husband's working a lot right now. There are other people in healthcare working a lot right now. But those of us who do have time, I hope that you are taking it, taking space, and that's why we're here. We're here to support you in creating more space in yourself, in your mind, within you. So thank you for letting me share. Thank you for letting me share this. I want to let you know also, because there are sometimes questions about the videos that we put out, and all of the videos can be refound and watched later. If you look, you can click on the video section. There's like a video section in the group, and every video we've ever done that has been through a Facebook Live can be found there. So, Erica, there was a question about her yoga handpan this morning with Corwin. That's going to be in there, and anything that she has done or any one of us have done. Corey's yoga science class and yoga nidras are in there, so you can go back and listen to those later. And tonight at 7 o'clock is Fluid Thought Society with Caleb, and if you have not participated in that, I highly recommend it. It is through Zoom, so find the Zoom link, and of course this is if I'm speaking to you live, so I'm Eastern Daylight Time. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Friday, which even if you're in Europe could be a really fun middle of the night conversation to have, because it's a philosophical discussion on an esoteric random topic, and it's really cool. So you can find the Zoom link for that. And yeah, I'm Lisa McNett. Reach out to me. I am working with people on a one-to-one basis. I also work with people on groups, in a group that you create, that we can set up and create together. And my personal work is on a donation basis. All of the offerings in this collective are completely for free, without any expectation. And we also have a Venmo set up at Virtual Wellness Collective if you feel inspired to gift us with something. So it's available and not expected. Anyway, sorry to fill your head with public service announcements after sharing with you the importance of space. So, space, your white piece of paper, your white piece of paper. What's gonna be written? First, connecting with what wants to come out. And then once we connect with those things that are blocking us or potentially blocking us from how we want to show up in the world, then we can start to write on the paper how we intentionally want to step forward into the world and start creating our reality from a place of intention, spaciousness, clarity. So I love you all so much. Until next time.